Okay, this is lesson 56, 30, 60, 90 right triangle. So you'll remember in the last lesson, we did 45, 45, 90. Now we're doing 30, 60, 90 right triangles. The definition remains the same, that this only applies to right triangles only, and specifically right triangles that measure 30, 60, and 90 degrees for their angles. You'll copy this into your formulas chart later, saying that 30, 60, 90 triangles, the length of the hypotenuse is twice the length of the short leg, and the length of the longer leg is the length of the shorter leg times root 3. So look over here in this diagram. This is the formula, if you will. You'll notice that the short leg, 30 degrees across, this is the short leg. All right? Over here, across from the 60 degrees, that's the long leg. And then, as always, across from the 90 is always the hypotenuse. So you'll want to label that. Short leg, long leg, hypotenuse. Now, what's nice is, for most of these triangles, you really won't have to pay attention to the degrees because it'll be obvious to you which leg is short and which leg is long. But sometimes when you can't eye it, it's nice to know that you can refer to the angles to find out which one truly is the short leg and the long leg. Okay, so what I want you to remember is the short leg is always the easiest one to spot because that's going to be your value. Once you have this, it's easy to find the other two, because look, to find the hypotenuse, you just double the short leg, 2 times A. And to find the long leg, you just take this A, whatever this is, and multiply it times root 3, kind of like we did with the root 2 in the last lesson with 45, 45, 90. So this is just a different formula. So be sure when you're working the test that we're going to have next week that you pay attention to what the angles say so you'll know which formula to use. Okay? All right. So if you look over here at this one, it says find the values of x and y. Give your answer in simplified radical form. Do not plug it into your calculator. They want it in radical form, reduced. Okay, so look how nice they give you the short leg. This is ideal. This is my favorite situation. Because from here, if I have the short leg, I know that if I double it, if I take the 2 and I double it, then I will get 4, which is the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is easy to find when you have the short leg because you just double it. And then for the long leg, remember you take the short leg value and you multiply it times root 3. So as long as you know this formula over here, you're all set. So
what did you get for that?
Okay, so for the answer, we got y equals 4 and x equals 2 root 3.
And on our answer pages, you want both of those, y and x.
Yes, especially if it says find both. All right, for this next question, they want us to find the perimeter of the triangle. So that means we have to know all 3 sides in order to add and find the perimeter. Again, they want us to give our answer in simplified radical form. Okay, well, unfortunately, they didn't give us the short leg this time. They gave us the long leg. They told us it equals 10. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to notice that my long leg is equal to x root 3 or a root 3, doesn't matter. You can use whatever variable you want. I like to use x root 3. So I'm going to come over here and I am going to write this down. X root 3 is equal to 10 because the long leg is x root 3 and they gave me the long leg to be 10. So I know those are 2 equal to each other. Now, to get x alone, we divide by root 3. Right? Because that's what takes it off of there. Now, I cannot have a radical in the denominator. How do I get it out of there?
Times it by root 3.
Yeah, times it by root 3. So I'm going to get x equal to 10 root 3 over 3. So that is my short leg. Now, remember, once I have my short leg, I can double it to find my hypotenuse, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, we are going to double the short leg. And remember, this is like 2 over 1. So we're going to multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. So 2 times 10 is 20 root 3 over 1 times 3, which is 3. Now, let's not be tempted to move on because they asked for perimeter. So I got to take the y, the x, and then the value they already gave me. Because they want simplified radical form, I need to be careful to only add like terms. So we have a 10, we have a 10 root 3 over 3, and we have a 20 root 3 over 3. Well, these are like terms, so they can be combined together. A 10 and a 20 is a 30. So we have 10 plus 30 root 3 over 3. Now, do you notice this can be reduced? 30 divided by 3 is?
10.
Yeah. So we have 10 plus 10 root 3. That is the perimeter.
And you, oh, never mind.
Did I lose you on any of that? Take a second to look at it. Ask me any questions on where I might have lost you in all of this. We good? Okay. Moving on over here, it says to find the length of the missing side. So for this one, we need to find B and C. For this one, we need to find G and F. So why don't you give that a shot and see how you do? All right, let's see how you did. Anybody feel comfortable sharing what they got for B? Thomas?
I got 5 square root 3.
5 square root 3. Excellent. Because they gave me the short leg. And like I told y'all, it's easiest when they give me the short leg because I just multiply it times root 3 to find the long leg. Anyone comfortable sharing what they got for C?
25.
What'd you get?
25.
25? No.
10. Sorry.
10. Yes, because you double it. Okay, moving on over here. They did not give me the short leg this time. What did they give me?
Hypotenuse.
Yes, they gave me the hypotenuse. What is the hypotenuse equal to in that formula triangle up above in the notes?
A root 3.
The hypotenuse?
Do you do 2 times 20?
No, it's 2. Yeah, 2.
See, the hypotenuse is 2a or 2x.
So you just plug in the 20 as A.
you set this equal to the formula. So because it said 2a, well, I'm going to use x. You set them equal to each other, kind of like we did up here.
That'd be 10.
You see over here where we took this and we set it equal to the formula, which is x root 3? Same thing. You set this equal to the formula. So because the hypotenuse is 2x, you set these two equal to each other, and then you solve for x. So we're going to divide by 2 on both sides, and x is equal to 10, right? Which in this case is right here. We just found the short leg. And then from there, we know that we multiply the short leg times root 3. So, what you always want to start doing is you want to find what they gave you. So they gave me the hypotenuse. Look at the formula triangle, the reference triangle, find the hypotenuse, and set it equal to each other. So 20 is equal to 2a. Or in this case, I guess we should have written 2f, right? Because this would be the f side, so 2f. And then we'd solve for f, and f is 10. Once we have the short leg, we multiply it times root 3, and that's how we find the long leg. Okay, questions on that before we move on? In that case, let's move on to lesson 57, which is finding the perimeter and area with coordinates. Okay. For this first example, you're going to notice that it's very straightforward. So I'm going to plot all these points into the graph and label them and connect them. So A is 2, 4, right there. That's A. B is 2, -2, so that's B. C is 3, -2, so there's C. And D is 3, 4, so there's D. And then I'm going to connect these to make a rectangle. And they're asking us for the perimeter. Well, this is 1 unit, 1 unit. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So I'm going to put a 6 here and a 6 here. So the perimeter of the rectangle is 1 plus 1 plus 6 plus 6, which is equal to 14. The perimeter is 14. Now, when it's cut and dry like this, go ahead and do what we just did, meaning count the units for the length, count the units for the width, and then add them up.
You just label it units?
Yes, units is fine. However, most of them are not going to be like this, which is why you need to know the distance formula. Okay, and I'm going to write that over here just as a recap, but you should have this already either memorized or in your charts. This is the distance formula. And we're going to apply this to problems like this one over here on the right.
So we've basically already learned how to do these?
For the most part. They're just expanding on it with the coordinate graph. So once again, they want us to find the perimeter. We got to start by labeling each of these. So I'm going to do that. 1, 3, that's E. 2, 0, F. -4, -2, G. -5, 1, that's H. Now, this one's not like the first one, is it? It's diagonal. It's not perfectly vertical and horizontal to where I can find the units. That's why I have to find the length and the width by using the distance formula so I can then find the perimeter of the rectangle. So I'm going to do that down here. I will find HE. Give yourself plenty of room, okay? Because y'all know the distance formula is long. So for HE, I want y'all to look up here. Remember, we need this one and this one. So I'm going to write -5 minus 1 squared plus 1 minus 3 squared. I'm using those ordered pairs highlighted in pink. Then I'm going to simplify. That's going to be a -6 squared plus -2 squared (36) plus 4 root 40 and what's that? 4 times 10, 2 times 2, 2 times 5, so 2 root 10 2 root 10. That's what HE equals. All right.
Just figure out EF.
EF. So let me erase this so I can use a different color. So E and F, because I need to know the distance of the width to find the perimeter. So let's do the exact same thing. I'll do it over here. EF. So what's that? 1 minus 2 squared?
Yes, and 3 minus 0 squared.
Kellen, you already did this?
I was just watching.
3 minus 0 squared. So what's that? -1 squared?
Yeah.
3 squared?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 1 and a 9, which is a root 10. And that cannot be broken down, so I'm going to leave it as root 10. Okay, here we go. We're almost there. So 2 root 10 plus 2 root 10 plus root 10 plus root 10. All right. Well, this is 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 of these. So that's 6 root 10. And then, like y'all said, units. Whew. Not hard, but definitely a lot of work. This one says to find the area, not the perimeter. Right angle is angle BAC. So first thing I highly recommend you do is mark the right angle where they told you it was. See how they said right angle is the angle BAC? Because you know why? I only want to find the distance of the base and the height. If you don't mark that, you might accidentally do all this work for nothing, because I don't need the distance of the hypotenuse, do I? To find area, I just need to know how many units this is, so I can multiply it times however many units this is and divide by 2. So please find the distance of AB, which first of all, y'all are going to have to write the ordered pair carefully of that one and that one and that one. So where is A located?
1, 3.
1, 3. Where's B located?
-1, 3.
-2.
Careful.
B?
B is at -1,
2.
2. See? If you get that wrong, that's going to mess up your entire distance formula and you will not be happy because you know that thing is not fun. Okay, where's C located?
3 negative 1.
3 negative 1. Okay. Carefully find the distance of AB and carefully find the distance of AC. Bless you.
Miss Davis, does this
Yes.
look right for A and B?
I got root 5. Let's see, did you do negative 1 minus 1 squared plus
Mhm.
2 minus 3 squared?
Mm-hmm.
And then did you get a negative 2 squared? Oh, see, negative 1 minus 1. Negative 1 minus 1.
Oh, they're minus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I got. And then now find AC.
Davis, is this the answer to AC?
Yep, that's what I got.
And then we just multiply this together and divide by 2.
Perfect. Especially since we're trying to find area.
So do you get 2 root 3?
I got a perfect 5.
No, for
Oh, I got 2 root 5 for AC.
because did you get the square root of 6? 'Cause I got
Here, follow along. I'm right here.
Miss Davis, for this, like when I have this and then I have this, multiply them together, doesn't that just equal this? So like that's essentially 1, right?
So the 5 comes out. So 5 times 2 is 10.
Yeah.
Get it? Because it's 2
Yeah.
root 25, and that's root 25 is
Yeah,
just a 5.
I remember that.
I know where I went wrong.
You found your mistake?
Yeah, I did 3 minus 1 instead of 1 minus 3.
Oh. Gotta be careful, because those can be a headache.
And that would have gotten you the positive 2.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Lots of areas to mess up.
And a lot of room for errors. You're not kidding. Okay, here's the fun part. Area equals base, which was root 5, times the height,
Do you just leave it?
divide by 2. No, because look, this times this is 2 root 25. Right?
Oh, you can do it because they both have the same thing inside.
Do you remember me teaching you that when you multiply the same radical times the same radical, it comes out? So this is a 5, and 5 times the 2 is 10. So if I were to work this out the long way so you can see what I'm talking about, it'd be 2 root 25 divided by 2. And actually, now that I'm writing this out, look, the 2's can cancel, and this is equal to 5. The area is 5 units squared.
Oh, you have to square it.
because it's area, so don't forget we need square units. So let me recap. We found, first we listed the ordered pairs of each one of these because we need those coordinates to use distant formula. Then we found the distance of AB, which we found to be root 5. Then we found the distance of the height, AC, which we found to be 2 root 5. Then we used formula for area of a triangle. We did area equals base times height divided by 2. This is the part where it got a little sticky because y'all forgot your algebra skills. Radicals inside can multiply radicals inside, so that's root 25.
You just distribute them.
And then, yeah, the 2 comes right out here. So 2 root 25 over 2. 2's can cancel. The square root of 25 is 5. And that is the area. Okay, now your test next week is going to be over these, so that's why we're going to spend the rest of the class period working on these.
Are you for sure going to do the test next week?
Pay attention to the angles. See how this is a 45? You're not going to apply today's lesson on this one. You're going to use the notes from 45, 45, 90. But notice over here, this one is a 30, 60, 90 right triangle, so you're going to apply the rules from today's lesson. Make sense? I'm going to take 10 questions off of these for your test next week. So use this as your study guide. Make sure you check them with me to make sure you got all of them right so that this is your answer key to study, because everyone should get 100 on this. Because I'm going to take the questions right off of this. Okay, there won't be any surprises if you study this. Okay, so spend the rest of the class doing this one, and if you have time, this is from today's lessons.
Did you video the lessons for Harper?